Welcome to Dr. Saddam Kenya, and in today's video we're going to talk about something very interesting. A situation in which let's say you're having vaginal discharge, the discharge is having a bad smell, but at the same time you're having severe itching in your genitalia, and you probably will be asking yourself, is it a bacterial infection, is it a fungal infection, is it a yeast infection, etc. So if you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, enable the notification bell, and in case you have any questions, kindly leave them in the comment section. Now, in normal scenarios, whenever let's say you're having a bacterial infection, you will end up with a situation in which you're having vaginal discharge, and one distinct thing with this bacterial infection is that the discharge will usually have a very bad smell, but as well the discharge might have a different color. Now, in most cases, if you're having a yeast infection or a fungal infection, the opposite is usually slightly true. You will have a discharge. The discharge might be white. In most cases it is white. It might appear like curdled milk, but what is very important is that the discharge will usually not have any bad smell to it. But as well, something very distinct is that you usually have some very severe itching in your genitalia, and immediately you're done with the itching, that place tends to have some sort of swelling, etc. But here's the thing, sometimes you might end up in a situation in which you're having both symptoms at the same time. Yeah, so you're having a bad vaginal discharge that has a bad smell, but at the same time you're having severe itching, and the biggest question you'd be asking yourself is, what is actually happening? If you ever find yourself in such a situation, then it is very likely that you're having both a yeast infection and a bacterial infection at the same time, and this can actually happen because of several things, including things to do with the hormonal imbalance, which sometimes tends to disrupt the normal populations of bacteria and fungi in your vagina. But as well, if let's say you've been sick of recent and you are on let's say broad spectrum antibiotics, these tend to literally destroy the good bacteria in the vagina, and they can create room for fungus like Candida albicans and other bacteria to multiply very fast, and as a result you might end up with this kind of situation. But other factors including cleanliness and other very many things can as well usually lead to this kind of situation. Now, if you ever find yourself in this kind of situation, it is very important to visit your hospital so that they can be able to diagnose and know which is the main cause that is bringing about these kinds of situations that you're actually facing. But as well, if you're having this situation, let's say it is late at night, etc., and you're having, let's say, some severe itching, you might actually use coconut oil, apply where you're itching, and it will tend to give you some relief within a very short or a brief period of time until the next day when you go to hospital. But as well, you can also try using natural probiotics, things like yogurt, fermented milk. You can drink those too, and in most cases these will tend to replenish the normal bacteria in your vagina, and as a result this situation will tend to resolve itself within a matter of days. Yeah, but what is very important is that you go to hospital, go do the necessary tests, and in most cases you will be given the necessary medication. Thank you guys for watching this video. In case you have any questions, kindly leave them in the comment section, and let's meet in the next video.